Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Troy Lee, Holistic Nutritionist. And if you want to live a drug-free, pain-free life, I'm your girl. Drug-free, pain-free living starts in the kitchen and it ends with the patch. Today, we're going to be whipping up some fajitas, one of my favorite dishes. So I'm going to show you how I make the fajitas from scratch in terms of the seitan or seitan, however you say that word. And then we're going to finish it off with some wonderful peppers and put it in a nice wrap. So let's get to cooking. Our ingredients for today: spicy brown mustard, vital wheat gluten, fajita seasoning, smoked paprika, liquid smoke, nutritional yeast, soy sauce, and Worchestire sauce. I'm going to also be needing some chickpea flour, and I'm going to start by grinding up some chickpeas. As you guys know, I make my own chickpea flour as I need it. I don't like making it and having it sit around. So I've ground up about a half a cup of this, and I'm measuring it into the bowl now. So in goes 1/2 cup of chickpea flour. Now I'm adding in the vital wheat gluten, and I'm using a 1/2 cup scoop, and I will put in 4 scoops of that to make 2 cups. Next is the nutritional yeast. I'm using 1/2 cup of that. 4 tablespoons of fajita seasoning is going in now. One tablespoon of the smoked paprika, and I am using a 1/2 tablespoon measurement, so that's why you see me doing it twice. Next is my onion powder, and I will be using 1 tablespoon of onion powder. Now I'm just going to stir it all up nice and good until all the ingredients are mixed. Adding warm water, about a cup, and you will add more water as you need it. So just let the dough be your guide in terms of if you need to add more water. Now we're going to mix this really, really good. And you don't need to do a lot of kneading. You just need to get all the ingredients mixed together. If you knead it too much, it will become very stretchy. So you don't want to knead it. You don't want to over knead it. About a minute is good enough. Flatten the dough until it is about a 1/2 inch in thickness. I'm going to slice the dough into 4 sections, leaving the top of the dough intact. With these separate pieces, I'm going to form a very tight braid, as tight as I can get it. The tighter that you can get these separate pieces to braid in, the better the texture of the dough will be. That will give you a nice chewy meat feel in your mouth when you chew on it. Moving to the other end of the dough that was connected, I am now separating that into about 3 pieces on this end and just going to braid the rest down like I did the other end of the dough. Once completed, I'm going to roll this into a very tight ball, as tight as I can get it, to get ready for it to go into the liquid that it will cook in. Oopsies, I made a boo-boo. I thought the camera was on as I was preparing this liquid, but the ingredients in this liquid are listed below, which includes the soy sauce, the Worcester sauce, and some seasoning. Now into the pot goes the ball of dough, and I'm going to bring this to a boil and then cover it to let it simmer for about 50 minutes. You can see it has increased in size after 1 hour. Then it goes into the refrigerator overnight or for at least 8 hours to continue absorbing the liquid. This has been sitting overnight, and now I'm getting ready to slice it so I can do what's called finish it for the dish that I want to make. I'm going to be slicing it up so that I can use it in my fajitas. Since I'm not using all of this right away, I will wrap it up and store it in the refrigerator for up to a week and use it throughout the week in my different meals that calls for a meat substitute. Returning the fajitas to a frying pan with a little bit of the liquid that they set overnight in, and I will saute them and add a little more fajita seasoning to bring up the flavor profile. I will also add some vinegar, balsamic vinegar, to give it a nice tangy taste. Time to saute the peppers and onions, and I use a little bit of the liquid that the dough was resting in overnight. I also will add balsamic vinegar to the peppers to again give it that tangy taste of fajitas. So we're all done here. The meat is done, or the seitan is done. The veggies are done, and now I'm simply going to assemble a fajita. So I'm going to start with my flatbread. This is the flatbread that's my favorite. It doesn't have any of the bad oils in it, so that's my favorite flatbread. So I'm just going to take a few of the fajita spice Seitan. I always struggle with that word, folks. Then I'm just going to put some peppers in here, like this. So there you have it. I can just wrap this puppy up and take a bite. Yummy.